Many believe that a 4K 240Hz monitor is a waste of money and will say things such as, surely even the most expensive graphics card on the planet couldn't achieve such a high resolution and refresh rate, so why even bother buying one? Well, I'm glad that I asked myself that, and now I'm going to answer me by laying down the law as someone who's reviewed an ungodly amount of monitors on, is 4K 240Hz really worth it? Or are you wasting your money? Now, I don't think many will need much convincing that these new 32-inch 4K 240Hz OLED monitors, which are all the rage, are excellent displays, bringing by far the best image quality we've ever seen to PC monitors. Don't get me wrong, they certainly aren't perfect, but they are very good. However, still to this day, the most popular graphics card on Steam is an RTX 3060, a card which was never created to run games at 4K, let alone 4K 240 FPS. So while us enthusiasts may be far more capable of enjoying a monitor like this with a very expensive RTX 4090, should the average gamer even consider such an expensive display? Maybe, and here's why. 1. The resolution and refresh rate of your monitor is important for everything you do, not just gaming. I'll be honest, and probably not everyone would agree with me here, but personally, if I had the choice between an RTX 4090 and a $300 1440p LCD monitor, or a 4K 240Hz OLED and an RTX 3060, I'll pick that 3060 4K OLED combo 10 out of 10 times, because while I certainly will have to be reducing settings and maybe even internal resolutions of games, every single other thing I do on my PC, from browsing to watching videos or movies and doing spreadsheets, will give the massive clarity and speed advantage that these new displays bring. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, your display is what you look at all day, or at least maybe for some of us that have an unhealthy relationship with our monitors. And for someone like me, who is one of those people and works on one for far too many hours, it's extremely beneficial for me to get the fastest and clearest display I can, not only because it looks great, but it can, at least in my experience, help me avoid eye fatigue and headaches I can often get from a lower resolution or slower displays. 2. 4K gaming is more achievable than ever before. Now, yes, if you have a GPU like a 3060, as I mentioned, you will absolutely have to compromise on quality settings, but with the advent of technologies such as DLSS and FSR, you can now make use of their performance or even ultra performance modes, which can oftentimes look just as good, if not better, than native 1440p using anti-aliasing. Though, to be fair, yes, upscaling can have its issues and may not be suitable for every person out there, but I think overall it has allowed for more people than ever before to jump up in resolution or refresh rate without having nearly as many issues achieving those playable frame rates. 3. You don't always have to reach 240 FPS on a 240Hz monitor. Look, 240Hz is very nice, but in reality, first of all, you should be capping your games to a maximum of 225 FPS on a 240Hz display to get the most out of G-Sync or FreeSync without noticeable tearing, but also, at least for me, I find that games start to feel really good around 120 FPS, and while higher is absolutely better, it's not always necessary and definitely has diminishing returns both in terms of latency and motion performance. So having a higher refresh rate really is all gain and no loss. If you can't reach it, then just cap it to something lower in the games you can't, but for those you can, it's definitely an awesome experience. To that point, I'd eventually like to see 1000 FPS monitors, as just for desktop use, this would be an incredibly smooth experience. And then 4, finally, 4K is definitely the standard these days when it comes to media. Not only are movies and TV shows being filmed in 4K HDR these days, but even consoles do target a 4K display, even if they do have to upscale, typically from around 1440p. In fact, even many YouTube videos are now 4K as well, since almost all modern phones can film 4K video and often do by default. So while you may not be able to always run every game at a native 4K resolution, having the ability to enjoy other media in that resolution is, in my opinion, well worth it. So all those points are well and good, but of course, if you're mainly focused on gaming and you're looking to get the fastest monitors available, there's a great argument to go for something like a cheaper 1440p 240Hz, 360Hz, or even 480Hz monitor, as the value these displays bring is definitely incredible considering their speed. And there's always going to be a lot of cheaper 4K and 1440p 144Hz mini LED or even LCD monitors, which at the right price are also excellent choices for gamers. In fact, mini LED in some ways can even be better than OLED, although in a lot of other ways they can be worse as well. So it's going to depend on what you're looking for in your monitor at the same time. So this is why I said maybe people should buy a 4K 240Hz OLED, even if they don't have the latest and greatest PC parts. Would I do it? Yes, I absolutely would, but everyone's situation is different, and there's no getting around the fact that these monitors are very expensive. Sure, it's great to wax philosophical about choosing between a 4090 and 1440p LCD or a 3060 and 4K OLED, but the reality is many people don't get to make that choice, and any $1,000 part is simply far too high of a price. This is why great budget displays exist, and honestly, they're some of my favorite reviews to do. But if you do find yourself on the edge of buying one or not, I certainly think it is a great experience, not only for gaming, but for everything you do on your PC. And I'll have a list of affiliate links to my favorite ones so far in 2024 in the description of this video. Anywho, hopefully this video helped you make a decision on what monitor is best for you. If it did, be sure to drop a like, and if you disagree with my thoughts, let me know in the comments below, and be sure to get subscribed for everything display related here on The Display Guy. Whether you're looking to connect a new console, gaming PC, or just need a fast and reliable HDMI cable to connect over long distances, Rupro has you covered with their certified 8K HDMI 2.1 fiber optic cable, available in sizes of up to 50 feet and can deliver a perfect full 48 gigabits per second connection over distances other cables could only dream of reaching. And with 48 gigabits per second of bandwidth, it can easily drive 8K 60 FPS or 4K 144 FPS 10-bit HDR video through its ultra-thin, flexible, and durable housing, and it even supports ER. So if you're in the market for a cable that can drive a beautiful new TV or monitor, be sure to check out Rupro on Amazon today.